this is going to be what if Gohan was stuck in adult form. This is my first what if for this YouTube channel. I have a main channel called Christian Beast. You can check that out. But yeah, this is the first what if for this channel. And tell me, comment if you like it, or like and subscribe if you want to. And if you come from my main channel, hello. And now I'm gonna get into it. And for the beginning, I want to tell you something. He's born, and he's always going to be in the adult form grown. So he's going to be overpowered, and if you watch my main channel, all my what ifs are overpowered. But this is my second what if for Hunter x Hunter. So when he was born with he's basically born with a full set of hair, and no one noticed why. No one knew why he was born with a full set of hair. Jing thought it was weird. You know, he did the same thing where he took him to Greed Island when he was a baby and left him back at his house because he's a deadbeat. And I'm going to say the powers he's going to have when he's born. He's going to have the same power as Gohan in adult form when he's born, and I'm going to say he has still has the Jajankin, you know, the rock, and I'm going to say he has rock, paper, scissors, and he was born with them, so he's going to have like the same Nen that he has in canon, but he'll be able to boost his Nen. So he's gonna be by the time of the he's gonna be boosting it all the time because I'm gonna say he has all the memories of Gohan, and I don't know, he just got him. I'm gonna explain that later, but he's gonna be super OP is what I'm saying by canon. So now I'm gonna time skip to when he's around 5, and when he's 5, he is going to get a bunch of memories. And he just knew that he was tall, and he knew that he was different from everyone else because of how tall he was, and he was super strong. He never used his Nen before, but he knew he had this aura. He could sense it from himself. He basically had his Nen wasn't leaking. It was basically the same as his normal form, as his adult form Gohan. And I'm pretty sure adult form Gohan did not use Ko. He was so enraged. So I'm gonna say that he gets all these memories, and he's just like, oh my god. He's crying a little bit because I'm gonna say this was a separate timeline, but he got all of his powers through astral projection, and instead of getting really badly hurt, he just died in that form, and he basically does not have the wish thing, so he has no drawbacks. But the only drawback is that he's stuck in this form, and he's gonna be stuck in this form forever. So Gohan just like, well, I have to train now. So he goes and he's going to train. He's gonna train all of his Nen. And he learns how to do all the Nen by canon, by canon. And he's perfected his Jajanken and the rock paper scissors. He's perfected that technique, and he basically perfected the emitter class. So he perfected paper. And I'm gonna give him a couple other techniques. I'm gonna give him the ability to basically, to get bigger, like, I don't know, it's gonna be kind of weird. Like, he is able to make an astral projection of himself, and it surrounds him. It's basically like a stand that's even bigger, and it kind of looks like Bodhisattva, but it's a smaller version. So it's just, yeah, no one can see it unless they're using Gyo in their eyes. So that's just what he makes. And I can give him other OP abilities. I want to make him as OP as possible, but he's already able to beat Meruem at this level, so he's very overpowered, but I can't illustrate that at the moment. He's been training for a while with his adult form on top of it, and he's learned how to do basically everything that Bisky taught him, and everything that he was taught up until that point. And he's just kind of sad, but he's just like, I can see Killua again. And I'm going to say that he can transform into his form and out of his form. It doesn't give him any physical strain at all. But Bisky, I'm going to say he stalled Bisky turning into her form, and he just learned how to do that. So, yeah. And so that's what he does. He just turns back into his little form so he can meet Killua and stuff. And when he wants to, he'll go to his full form. And he's already as strong. I'm going to say that he's as strong as Chimera and Arc Gohan, like, Gohan when he was in that place waiting for Kite. And so yeah, he's pretty overpowered. He can already do the Jajanken to easily beat a Chimera Ant. But yeah, that's just an illustration on his strength. So now when he hasn't turned into his kid form, so his mom does not know his kid form at all. So he when the what he's because so his mom really will let him be a hunter because he's bigger than all the other kids and he's clearly stronger, but she doesn't want to because she thinks that he'll leave her just like Jing, and she just says if you kill the thing that fish, you'll be able to be a hunter, and she knows that he'll probably be able to catch it. So she says if you kill that fish, and I want to say that they're like the fish starts in like at 10 other islands, 100 like in a 100-mile radius, 10 like fish come out during this time, and it's a 1-minute period. So she's just like, if you get all 10 of them, then you can be a hunter. And Izuku's like, I'll keep calling him Izuku. Gon is like, well, okay, that's easy. So now he goes and he sees the fish, so he just gets it. He does scissor on it, so he cuts it in half. No, not in half. No, I'm not gonna say he does scissor, because he needs it to be ripe. So he just punches it, and it basically, I don't know. He uses scissor to cut it in half and gives it to the people and say, "I'm sorry, it's cut in half." And then he gets a bunch of them, 9 of them, the 9 other ones, and basically does the same thing. Uses his scissor technique and gets them all and bring them to shore in less than 10 seconds. And everyone's like, "Wow, he got 10 of them." And then the mom's like, "What?" Because she didn't think he would be able to do that. That's like an impossible possible thing to do. And hunters probably, like high hunters probably couldn't do it. Netero probably could do it, but that's about it, just to show. So she's just like, I have no choice. And he's like, "Don't worry, Mom." And he turns into his kid form and says, "It'll all be alright." And she's like, "Who are you?" And he says, "Oh, this is my kid form. I was born with a transformation, and this is how I would look normally." And she just is crying a little bit because, she thought that she always knew, because he wanted to be like everyone else. He didn't want to be weaker than everyone else. He wanted to be way stronger to protect his friends, but he wanted to look like everyone else so he can get along with people. Everyone was just like completely scared of him, because he still let off even a little bit he let off like basically barely any aura, but they could still feel it because they were very weak, but they could sense it. I don't know. So now he just says bye to his mom as he's going on the boat. And now on the boat, he's there, and the captain is there as well, the drunk captain. So he goes to the guy. He's in his kid form, and he tells the captain, "Can I help you with anything?" And he says, "You can help that kid over there," and points at the kid falling down, which is the klutzy kid. And Gonja says, "Are you okay?" And he's like, "Yeah." But then he keeps falling down, and he's like, "I'll help you with that." And he picks it up and just jumps and puts it down where it's supposed to be. So then the guy says thank you, and he goes back in that place. So now a bit later, they're in the little, I don't know how to explain it, but the place in the boat where everyone's still looking at him because he's a kid. So then he looks back at him with his aura. He goes to his big form and uses that. I'm gonna say he can still use aura in his big form and his little form. It's just changing his appearance. So he uses the same aura that he used the first time he saw Pito. With the white eyes. And he looked like basically a ghost. It was like, the ominous aura. He just does that to them, and everyone's scared by this. But then he does it for a quick second and sits down, and everyone's getting nauseous and peeing them and pissing themselves. So now the boat goes rocking back and forth again, and the same thing happens as in canon. But Gon can easily heal them all, because once again, I'm gonna say that I'm going to pull another one out of my ass and say that he found out how to heal. He made another Hatsu that was allowed him to emit some healing, basically healing. He transformed his aura into healing, and he was able to emit it. And this is very potent healing. You would have to be very, very bad. Now he can even heal people when they're in critical condition, any diseases. So yeah, he's just pretty powerful. But they still are passed out because this tires them out. So it makes them go back to bed. But he can wake them up whenever he wants. But he doesn't feel like it because he doesn't want them to get hurt in the hunter exam. Because they're probably going to die if they can't fail the earlier part. So he just lets them stay. And now, later, they go to talk to the guy and say what their goals and stuff are. And Gon says, I want to find my dad and beat the living crap out of him because he knows that his dad's a deadbeat now. He's had 2 lifetimes to figure it out. So, yeah, it's basically only been like 20 years, but still, it's still a pretty long time. So he's just like, "What? Your dad?" And he's like, "Yeah, Jink." And this guy, and I'm gonna say he knows his dad is Jink, because I'm pretty sure he does. So yeah, now this guy's like, "Huh, that's where I know him." And he's just like, "Huh, I wonder what Jink did. He seemed like such a kind guy." And he's like, "Kid, why do you want to go after your dad?" And he just like, he says, "Because he's a deadbeat," and he left. And this guy hits his forehead because, I mean, he left them because he wanted to be a hunter. And going just like, "Yeah, I just want to find him to beat him. I have no intention of being a hunter, but, I'm pretty sure it'll get me closer to him." So, yeah. And the Lario is still saying I don't want to say it, and Kurapika also agrees with Lario. But then he just said, I don't know, I forgot what happened, but they end up saying it. And, yeah, because I'm thinking Gon says, "Come on, guys, you can say it." And they're just like, "No, I don't want to." And Gon just lets out a little of his aura. "You can say it, guys." And goes into his aura. And they're just like, and Larry's like, "I want to make money." And Kurapika's like, "My clan, I want to avenge my clan." And they're sweating bullets right now because, they're scared. Because Gon just let off his aura. And he said it in like a friendly voice. And that just makes it even creepier. But Gon is just like, "Whoa, that wasn't so hard, was it?" And they're just like, no, it was not." And now I want to do another time skip to when what is it called? The next thing, I forgot what it's called. The hunter place starts. I forgot. But the captain of the boat, when they let them out of the boat. No, I'm sorry. The boat starts shaking and rattling still. And then the guy falls down. And Gon just basically teleports him. Like, no, goes down. Jumps down for him and grabs him in midair and is just running on water. Because I'm gonna say if you run fast enough, you can run on water. And he's just doing that, and he moves his legs so fast, and that he is starting to pick the water up. So they're like, "You should stop that." And he's running he basically runs and jumps at the same time, which I don't know if it's impossible or not, but I'm gonna say it is possible now. He made it possible. So he jumps up and gets on the boat. And they're like, "How did you jump on water?" And he just said, "I am Jesus." But then, yeah, but I'm joking. I'm pretty sure they don't have Jesus there. But then he said, "No, I just ran so fast and jumped. I ran and jumped at the same time." And they're just like, "That's impossible," but sure, whatever. He probably has some, powers or something. And Lario's like, "Wait, maybe we can run a circus and make money." And Golan's just like, "No, I don't think so, man." And so now the captain lets him off the boat and tells him where the place is. And Lario's still like, "No, I'm not going." And the other guy overhears him. And Gon sends this guy and turns around and says, if you want to stop following us, that'd be great." And this guy walks out and like, "Ha, so you found me, kid." And Gon goes to his big form and just like, "Who said I was a kid?" And he just like, "Sorry, wrong person," and walks away. And when in the anime where the tall person grabs him by the head, like Yami does to Asta, he does that. He turns the guy around and uses his aura. And, the theme song's playing in the background. And he's just like, "Where did the music come from?" And Gon's just like, "Don't worry about it. Now, go." And throws him. And he says, "Be gone, thought." And throws him all the way into the water. And, yeah, he's gonna stay alive. I mean, I really don't know what happens to him. But, yeah, that's how that guy, he gets messed up before he doesn't get this thing with the granny. So I'm gonna skip to Lario comes back because he was being stupid, and it's not the right place. But yeah, so Lario comes back, and they do the same thing with their the test. And Gon knows that it's nothing, so he doesn't say anything because he already has his memories. But Lario didn't say anything either. He says a stupid question, and Kurapika tells him shut up. And so they pass, all 3 of them. And Gon just walks away and says thank you for showing us the way, and they go. So now they're at the hunter exam, and everyone's looking at them. Gon's in this kid form, by the way. I don't think I specify that. And they saw his adult form, so they questioned him and said, "What was that?" And he said, "Well, I have like a transformation. This is basically my transformation, but it transformed me to my base form that I never had." and that I just figured out how to do, and he says that that's the form I was born in, but it's not my real form, and this is my real form. And they're like, well, okay, and they believe him because I mean, yeah, they're friends now. So the same thing happens with the guy trying to poison them, the rookie crusher trying to poison them, and he gives them the same drink, and they're just like, now we're fine. Gon just chugs it, and he has poison immunity. He basically has immunity to all diseases in his form, and its same power in his base form. So he's just like, delicious. Can I have some more, please? And this guy's like, no, it's all fine. And then he looks at him and says, can I have some more, please? And uses his aura, but he directs it only to him. And I want to say that he uses basically the aura that Hisoka used on him, and I have my whole Nen spreadsheet right here. Yeah, he used the basically the same aura that Hisoka gave them, but even like more condensed and pointed at him. And he just it's like runs away, and he's scared. He pisses his pants as well. And Killua just like, wow, he has poison immunity like me. Good talking conversation. So they start running. The commanding mustache select the commanding mustache examinator. No, yeah, examinator. I don't even know how to say it. I'm sorry. I don't know if I'm saying it wrong. Yeah, he starts running, running, and Killua just says hi to Gon. And no, Killua and Gon start talking, and Gon says hi to Killua, and they both have the same age, and they're hitting it off, and Killua and Gon are basically having fun, and Gon just says, hey, you know what would be cool? And Killua's like, what? And he said, if you could keep up with me, and runs. And Killua is going to basically, he's going to make it to a pace where Killua can keep up with him, but he'll really have to try pretty hard. So Gon keeps going, and Killua is barely keeping up with him, and he's like, wow, you're really fast. And he's sweating a lot because he's running fast. And they're in front of the examinator, and the examiner is like, wow, I guess I have to pick up the pace. And the examinees are just like, no, you don't have to. And even Kurapika and Larry are like, oh my god, you show-offs. And they basically get to and then they are say sorry, and they go like, they're like all the way at the point where no one can see them, so they're like, oh god. So they start walking, and they're getting to the exit. So they get to the exit like pretty quickly, and like a couple minutes later, everyone gets there. Lario and a bunch of these guys, because he chose not to do it because he still needs people to pass. Because if he went too fast, then yeah, they wouldn't pass. And a bunch of people are yelling at them, but then they say sorry, and then they continue. And the next one is them. It's still the same. It's still the same exam part. So yeah, they go to that forest, and Gon and Killua basically stick together, and Kurapika and Lario also stick with them. But they all go on their separate paths. But Gon and Gon tells Killua to meet him at the exit, and he goes back to Lario and Kurapika, and basically the Hisoka thing happens where Hisoka comes around, and Hisoka goes to punch Lario or hit Lario. I forget what happened, but yeah, Hisoka got attacked, and then he went to hit someone else. I forgot what happened, but he goes to hit Lario, and Gon just blocks the attack. He gets there in the nick of time, grabs the attack, and then just gets Hisoka's wrist and just twirls it. So he has a broken hand. So he's just like not phased by this at all, but he's hurting inside. Outside he shows like, you're seeming very powerful. And Gon's just like, wow, I mean, you didn't crack under pressure. Congrats, Hisoka. And they don't know Hisoka's name, so he's just like, how do you know my name? And he's like, you're like the fake fat. He said, the Heaven's Arena, and he is in the Heaven's Arena, and he's like, that's not broadcasted. How do you know my name? And he said, actually, it is. And then Hisoka tried to lie to him right there because it is broadcasted. So he's like, well played. And inside his mind, he's like, oh my god, stop asking questions. I'm in pain. Help me. Someone help. He hurts. He's hurting a lot. And then Gon's just like, yeah, I'm sorry, but I can't let you hurt my friends, Mr. Hisoka. And he's like, what will you do if I don't? What will you do if I don't stop? And Gon's just like this. And he gets his other hand, breaks it, and gets Hisoka and punches him directly in the face and breaks his nose. And Hisoka, I'm gonna say he gets it fixed by a healer or something, healing. And then, no, Gon is just like, yeah, that. And he heals him, and he says, Yeah. And if you don't want that to happen again, I suggest you not hurt us. And he just walks away. And he still goes like, he's like, fresh meat. And Gon looks at him and says, I will kill you. And he still is a little scared, but he's just like more like when he ripens up and gets older, he'll be plump for the picking. Even though Gon could easily, no difficulty, kill Hisoka, but it's not the point. He's a creep. He will always be a sexual predator. Call Chris Hansen. But now, anyways, he gets to the end, the exit, and yeah, they pass that exam. Everyone passes as in canon, and now the next one, the Gourmet Hunters. And Gon knows how this is gonna go. He was preparing for this, so he would be the only one that passed, and it would make him look more exceptional. You know, so he's been cooking his whole life. The first time he cooked, it was an absolute disaster, but he became a god at cooking. He could be on Master Chef and win without Gordon Ramsay complaining about his meals. And Gordon Ramsay complains about everything. Okay, that's how good he is. So right now, Gon is going to be actually cooking, and after the Gourmet Hunters come around. You know, the big dude and the girl with the blue hair. Yeah, girl with the blue hair. And the girl with the blue hair tells them to do the pig thing and that they're Gourmet Hunters. And people are dissing her. And Gon just she's a hunter, so she seems to be stronger than most of you guys. And he says, well, I'm not gonna help you. And he says, well, try to beat these pigs. And by the looks of it, they seem easy to them, because Gon knows that the pigs are strong, except they have like that one small weak point. But I'm pretty sure he's the one to point it out, so he only tells a small group of friends. So it'll take them a while to figure it out. But the other guys, Gon just beats them so fast and gives them to his friends. And he tells Killua to try to make a good dish. And Killua's, I'm gonna make Killua not pass. The same thing happened. But so yeah, now they get the things easily. Gon just kills all of them with one hit and brings them all to his friends. And before everyone even gets close to the forest, and he tells them, let's go and cook. So Gon goes and makes an amazing Master Chef meal, and he's been cooking for a while now, around 2 hours, and they're already back and they've already cooked most of them. So Killua made a pretty good meal, but he got pretty close to passing, but he failed. And Kurapika and Lorio also failed. Lorio also failed, and basically it's Gon's dish. And Gon made I don't really know food that much. I mean, I eat it a lot, but I don't know how to make it. So he just makes, I'm just gonna say, a good dish. Search up Master Chef pork or something. I only know shows about food because my mom watches them too much. But yeah, he just makes something of that caliber, and the chef eats it, and she passes him, and the other chef passes the guy as well. 1 second, I need to get some water. So, that tastes like lead. Disgusting. So now he passed, and Netero comes down and says, no, we can't have only one person passing on the second exam. You have to wait for the final exam for that. And she just says they just do the same round, and Kurapika they just do the same thing the next round. And Gon tells Killua what to look for, and I'm gonna say Killua is able to do it because he's a prodigy. 1 second, I need a little more water. Lead. Sorry. So yeah, now it's gonna be Gon. No, Killua actually winning. So same people passes in canon because I cannot be bothered with making other teams. So, or whatever. So now it's going to be the trick tower thing. So they go on the trick tower, and when they're on the plane thing, float, I forgot what it's called. The Netero guy still comes around, and the fat guy still tries to tell them something, tell Larry and Kurapika something, but that's not important. The Netero says, if you beat me, you'll become a full-fledged hunter, or if you take the ball from me. And Gon said, that's easy enough. I want a harder challenge, because he's already way more powerful than Netero. And Netero just no, you'll become a full-fledged hunter. And Gon says, is there any way I can get something higher? And Netero says, you'll become he just says, you'll be shown in the top 100 hunters list if you beat me in under 3 seconds. And Gon's just okay, easy. And Killua's just come on, man, we're not going to be able to do that. And Gon just says, Killua, I'm gonna be able to do this, and I want to be a hunter as fast as possible, so I'm gonna do it. So go on. When the guy, when what's it called? When Netero says they can go get him, Killua is tactically thinking, and Gon taps Killua in the shoulder, and Killua's a little scared by this, but he's like, oh, Gon, what's wrong? And then he sees his hand, and he has the volleyball in his hand, or whatever ball it was, and he's like, how is this possible? And Netero didn't notice this either, so he's just like, huh? I call hacks. What is this bullshit, man? And Gon says that I just ran so fast you couldn't see it. And Netero is just like, okay, fine. We'll look at the tapes and see if he used a powerful ability. He's not gonna tell them then yet because they need to learn it by themselves. And he uses his Gyo or something, yeah. And his Gyo is able to slow down time, and he slows down the time to as low as possible on the recording as well. And it just shows him basically running over there, getting it, and coming back. So it doesn't even show him that fast. It just shows basically a bit of after image. So he notices this, and he's just like, you can become a hunter. And Gon says, yeah, I'll become, actually, I want to change that a little bit. And he's like, what? And he says, I want to be just top 100 hunters when I become a hunter later. And, like, the moment I pass the final exam. I want to stay with Killua, because they have a friendship and bond. And Killua's like, oh, stop it, He's blushing a little bit. No, I'm joking. Killua says, thank you, Gon. And, yeah, they already talked about the assassin, his family being assassins. Gon wasn't fazed by this at all, because he already knew this information. But, yeah. So, now, Netero's just like, interesting kid. And says, very well then, he'll be one of the top 100 hunters. And I'm going to say, I think there's a lot of hunters. I'm pretty sure. I forgot, but I'm pretty sure there is. So, now, when they get down, it's going to be the trick tower thing. And Gon is just like, this is going to be, pretty boring. But, no, he said this is going to be boring. But then he's like, wait, I can still get to the bottom from the side. And he says, yeah, that's what I'm going to do. So, Killua's just like, what are you thinking? And Gon says, nothing important. So, but actually very important at the same time. So, Gon just, Killua's just like, okay, well, what are we doing? And Gon says, we're jumping down. And Killua's just like, what? And he says, yeah. And and the other guy hears this, he's like, yeah, that's a good idea. And gets easily, I think he gets killed by the beast. And Killua's like, we're gonna get down from that. And Gon says, yeah, no problem. Just, it's piggyback ride style. And Killua is like, okay. Because he knows how strong Gon is. He's able to beat Netero. I think he'll be able to beat a Little Birds. That's what's going through Killua's mind. So, Gon grabs Killua, and Gon says, well, hold tight. And he jumps down, and all the birds go to attack him, and he's just kicking them, like, back and forth. And, like, he's holding Killua, and Killua's screaming, like it's a roller coaster, with his hands up. And Gon is just like, and at the end of it, like, all, like, he left a couple so other people can't get down, but, like, he left, like, 10, and he dodged he could dodge a couple, and he just came down, and Killua's like, Gon, I think I'm gonna throw up. And he sees his legs, and they're covered in, monster goo, or flesh, I don't know. So Gon's just like, oh, sorry, and he just moves his leg really fast, so they all go flying off. He runs away so they don't get on Killua. But now Killua's just like, oh, we're stuck out. And Gon just like, oh, not a problem. And he just kicks the door in, and it goes flying. And no one's there yet, so they just decide to stay there. And they're a little bored, but they decide to stay there because they had nothing else to do. So they're sitting there, and they're just like, oh, this is so boring. But whatever. And after a while, everyone else gets down. And I'm going to say, actually, I just forgot about that. I'm going to say brought Kurapika and Leorio down. He went back up, brought Kurapika down, and went back up and got Leorio down, like he was doing round trips. And the guy, the examiner was like, hey, the examiner really wanted to stop it, but, he really didn't know what to do about it. Like, hey, stop. Because he already said that they were welcome to going down, so he was like, hey, stop doing what I let you do. That's what would happen. It sounded hypocritical and stupid, because he already said that they could, by all means, be my guest, and allowed him to go down. So now, yeah. So I'm gonna skip to where everyone gets there, and now it's the next round. It's the island round where they get people, and Gon gets the same people, and Kurapika also gets the same person, and they already passed, by the way, if I didn't specify that enough. So Gon tells Kurapika both of them that he has Hisoka, and Killua doesn't know what he did to Hisoka. So Killua's like, "Are you sure you can handle that?" And Gon just like, with ease, and he looks at Hisoka, and uses his full power at Hisoka because he knows Hisoka is he's already a branded criminal, a branded pedophile, and he's in the Phantom Troop on top of that. So yeah, so he's like easily gonna beat Hisoka down. He's not gonna kill him though, because he holds plot significance for Kurapika, and he wants Kurapika to deal the finishing blow, or he'll kill him himself later if they try to betray him at all. So or anything happens. So now it's gonna be now they're at the island, and he just goes, and he doesn't spend that whole time dilly-dallying. He finds Hisoka's presser, his Nen, and he runs at Hisoka, and Hisoka is not able to dodge and gets clambered onto the floor and pummeled, and his face is pretty beaten up, pretty badly, and Hisoka's like, what is the meaning of this? And Gon breaks both of his arms and kicks him in the stomach and says, "I'll be taking the badge." And he sees the guys behind him, the Afro guy, and knocks him out, chops his neck, and says, "Oh yeah, and you can have this, because, you'll need it." And he gives him the badge. So Gon walks away, and is like, I know Killua's going to be fine, because everyone else seemed weak, and I knew who he got. He knows that Killua got pretty weak people compared to Killua, and he's just like, Valeria and Kurapika. I'm going to say he used his Gyo, and he was able to see, so he's just like, I'll tell them that easily, because, that treacherous, he knows that the fat guy is a traitor. They don't know completely, but they kind of speculated that. So, Lario almost gets tricked, but then Gon's just like, nah, he's lying to you, and he kicks him, and takes his badge, and Kurapika's like, wow, that's my badge, because Kurapika, I'm going to say, he sees him later, they're just walking, and he gives Kurapika the badge he needs, and finds a monkey guy, and kicks him in the stomach, basically knocking him out and hurting him pretty badly. He coughs up a little blood, and he takes his badge and gives it to Lario. And now they all wait. And Gon made a house, like a whole cabin, in a short amount of time by basically grabbing trees by the brim and lifting them up and cutting them up with his bare hand alone. He made a whole cabin in there, and he is able to sustain with food. He finds food, captures it, hunts it, and eats it. So yeah, he's able to sustain himself. And now after the week is done, they get on the boat, and that's when we leave it off. Him becoming a full-fledged hunter and being in the top 100 hunter list because of Netero's agreement, and he's gonna start teaching Killua Nen. Now he's a hunter, and that's when we leave it off. Tell me if you like this what if, or if you want any other what ifs on this channel. They're Hunter x Hunter what ifs. I might make like other what ifs, like different what ifs than My Hero Academia and Naruto what ifs, because that's in my main channel. And with that out of the way, I'm going. Adios.